May it please the Tribunal. My name is Tina Latimer. I present this evidence on behalf of myself, my grandfather and father, Sir Graham Stanley Latimer, and all members of Te Paatu hapu represented by this Te Paatu claim. I confirm that I currently reside with my father and mother, Sir Graham and Lady Emily, at State Highway 1, Pampuria, Kaitaia. I will not introduce Sir Graham at length. His CV is set out in the brief of evidence already filed. Suffice to say that he took a leading role in taking the 1997 lands case to the Court of Appeal and was chair of the New Zealand Māori Council until earlier this year. I also note that Sir Graham is still the chair of the Taitokerau District Māori Council, Taitokerau Māori Trust Board and the Ngāti Kahu Māori Trust Board. The consolidated claim for Y45 was also on behalf of the group represented by the Ngāti Kahu Trust Board. Sir Graham was also part of the other Far North claims lodged by the Waitangi Tribunal, Y16 by Rere Rutini and others for the Ngāti Kahu Trust Board in 1985, Y17 by Makali Machu and others for the Ngāti Kahu Trust Board in 1986, Y22 by the Ngāti Kahu Trust Board in the matter of the fisheries and state-owned enterprises. My name is Tina Patricia Latimer. I am 42 years of age and hold the same genealogical connections as my father and grandfather, Graham Stanley Latimer, who raised me since I was a child. I have worked mostly in a voluntary capacity with the Ngāti Kahu since 1995 up until 2002, when the collapse in the traditional leadership as established by the Ngāti Kahu Trust Board. I also worked for Te Rūnanga Mori Whenua in 1997 on the beneficiary role and general administrative duties. Later I became claim manager under the Mori Whenua Negotiations Committee Limited. Both these organisations represented the 5 tribes and the hapu of Mori Whenua at that time. I have seen the cohesion and division of the hapu and tribes of Mori Whenua. I also hold a Bachelor of Iwi Environmental Management from Te Wānanga o Aotearoa, Postgraduate Diploma in Māori Resource and Environmental Management and a Master of Philosophy and Science in Māori Resource and Environmental Management from Massey University, Palmerston North. The people, iwi of Te Paatu, recognise themselves as an authority separate from all, though interlinked by whakapapa with Ngāti Kahu, Te Raroa, Ngāi Takatotu, Ngāti Kuri and Te Aupōuri. Sir Graham's involvement in Māoridom is inherited from our ancestors and stems from a long line of rangatira who held mana whenua, mana moana and mana tangata. These tupuna, including those named in the title of Y1359 claim, include Paora, who held rangatiratanga for Te Paatu before he was succeeded to by Nōpera Panikarero. Te Matenga Pairata, Reverend Hari Rewati Hokatiri, Hari Mātenga Popata, Ratima Aprihama, Marera Ratima ni Popata, Kiriama Tirima Ratima and Dame Whina Cooper. Kaitaia to Victoria Valley, Te Paatu area of interest. The whole of this Victoria Valley land should have been made inalienable as Panikarero had expected. These lands were occupied by the people iwi of Te Paatu and Te Raroa. In 1869, the Kaitaia block was under dispute by Te Paatu and Te Raroa o Whangapei in respect of survey boundaries. The resident magistrate W.B. White reviewed the hapu of the Kaitaia block in his report 1861 as follows. Kaitaia is occupied by Te Paatu, a hapu of Raroa. Hohepa, Potama, e Rawahi Tiro are the chiefs. Mangatete by Te Paatu, Chief Karaka Te Kawo. Parapara by Te Paatu, Chiefs Rehana Kirui, Morinui and Wuramu Pikahu. The above all call themselves Te Paatu. For the assistance of the Tribunal, I attach Mark Day, the section of the 2002 Stokes report from which this quote is taken. Sir Graham and myself and have many other connections to Kaitaia land and Māori land blocks as outlined in our brief of evidence. One of these is through our tūpuna Marara Ratima, whose father was Reverend Hari Rewati Hokatiri. He was known as the chief of the Victoria Valley and educated at St John's College by Bishop Selwyn in Auckland. Reverend Hari Rewati Hokatiri also had lands at Victoria Valley. Reverend Hokatiri stated in a letter to Sir Donald Maclean in 1876, I live in Victoria Valley and I know its circumstances. If you wish to extend the telegraph to Ahipara, I am perfectly willing to allow it to pass through my piece of land in Victoria Valley, cited in Ramsey 2001, page 8. For the assistance of the tribunal, I attach Mark B, a copy of the transcription of Native Land Court minutes for Konati to Victoria Valley, dated the 21st of July 1868, in which the said Reverend Haririwiti or Hukatiri specifically identifies himself as belonging to the Paatu hapu and that he lives at Kaitaia. The land known as Te Konati at Pampuri, where I reside today, comes through Marara Latimer. Marara Latimer is of Naitohinga, Te Paatu and Te Patukoraha descent. Pūheki block. Pūheki deed number 7 was sold by 15 chiefs of the tribe of Te Rārua on the 7th of September 1859 to the Crown. The Muriwhenua Land Report 1997 at page 235 states that blanket identification was regular then, and we suppose that Te Rārua was seen to include Ngāti Kahu at that time. My 5th generation grandfather, Hari Mātinga Pōputa, was one of those chiefs who sold the Pūheki land. He is Marara Latimer's grandfather. The Pūheki block was sold on the 7th of September 1859 for £300. No area was stated in the deed, but the survey later gave 16,000 acres, 6,475 hectares. Kemp had estimated 6,000 acres, 242 hectares. Marara Latimer's mother, Emily Hari Mātinga Pōputa, the daughter of Hari Mātinga Pōputa, lived at Otama Whakaruru and Pūheki. They had a wāhi tapu there, near Taonga, far to the south. I can locate this wāhi tapu today. Emily Hari Mātinga Pōputa also lived at Pūheki, which she considered to be a part of this land. This was later sold by her father, Hari Mātinga Pōputa, and the other chiefs of the tribe of Te Rārua to the Crown. This transaction is referred to below in our response to Professor Motu. Rangiputa Station occupation. This occupation was supported by Sue Graham together with the Kamatua and Queer of Ngāti Kahu, including Hector Busby, Emily Latimer, Naro Marupa Pera, the late Taki Matthews, Atihana Johns, and the late Susie Reihana, and the late Rima Edwards for Te Runanga Muriwhenua Y45. He ori whakaputuranga o Ngāti Kahu occupied Rangiputa Station Land Court Farming Limited. Peter Niki Tauhara has provided further evidence in respect of the occupation at Rangiputa. Parts of this block were being subject to sale by the Land Court Farming Limited and were memorialised land subject to Section 27B of the State-Owned Enterprises Act 1987. On the 7th of March 2007, it was unanimously agreed by the whānau that the negotiators for Rangiputa Station Pūheki Block, deed number 7, be led by Sue Graham Latimer, Pereniki Tauhara, Atihana Johns, Alan Hetaraka, and Richard Lawrence. This was moved by John Bassett and Tuuri Natoti Reihana. Negotiators were appointed by the whānau, the original occupiers of Rangiputa Station, to seek a return of Rangiputa Station from Land Court Farming Limited. Mangatete Block. The Mangatete Block, deed number 13, was purchased by the Crown on the 2nd of August 1862. The Mangatete was sold by the chiefs and the people of the tribe of Te Rārua. This included my 4th generation grandfather, Reverend Haririwiti Hukatiri. Hukatiri Block. Sir Graham's great-grandfather, Reverend Haririwiti Hukatiri, married Emily Hari Mātinga. I do not know how Haririwiti Hukatiri's name derived, at least to say that I do not know anyone else with the name Hukatiri in my genealogy. It is likely that this name supports his position as the chief of Te Rārua, Te Aupōuri and Te Paatu, Tere Tere, Upukanui, Kaitaia, Victoria Valley, Kaiaka and Pamapuria. Tere Tere, that is to say here, there, everywhere, or to drift. The Takahui Block o Kakiwai. The people of Te Paatu and Te Tahawai share interest in the areas of Okakiwai and Takahui with the tribe of Te Rārua. the traditional marae laiad or kakiwai. This was once the gateway to the burial ground of Erinoa, who koiwi were once interred there in the caves. Norpet and Erinoa were married in the Victoria Valley. Sir Graham was given the matrimonial ring which once belonged to Erinoa. He still holds this ring today. Mangatani whāreitia forests are significant to the people of Te Paatu, Tere Tere and Te Tahawai, who live in the shadow of these ranges. Mangatani whāreitia forests include key maunga surrounding the people of Te Tahawai and Te Paatu, with their flowing tributaries which stretch to the Rangaunu Harbour. Response to evidence of Te Runanga Iwi Ngāti Kahu. Te Karaka's brief of evidence, 29th of August 2012. In response to Te Karaka's brief, paragraph 4, we note for the record that the letter from Te Paatu claimants to the Minister Finlayson was signed by Sir Graham along with 7 other wide claimants. In response to paragraph 5, I note that I have never seen a copy of the minutes Mr Karaka refers to. We deny that Sir Graham ever asked Mr Karaka to lodge a new wide claim to be returned to Sir Graham. In response to paragraphs 6 and 7, we deny that Sir Graham purports to hold mandate for Te Paatu. However, he has worked together with other Te Paatu claimants to assert the independent mandate and authority of Te Paatu. Refer to the attachments to our brief of evidence. In response to paragraph 8, we believe the magistrate's report of W.B. White, also quoted above, supports the existence of Te Paatu as an independent tribe recognised by officials of the 19th century. In response to paragraphs 9 to 13, we maintain that Te Paatu has strong connections to Te Rārua, and the evidence we have cited supports this. I attach Mark C evidence from the Turton's deeds which refers to the chiefs and people of the tribe Te Rārua. Deed number 13, the Mangatete block, 2nd of August 1862, and deed number 20, the Pōneke block, 11th of November 1864. Margaret Mutu's brief for evidence, 29th of August 2012. In response to paragraph 60, we reply that the Ngāti Kahu Trust Board met up until approximately 2002, until Te Runanga Iwi or Ngāti Kahu interfered in the business of the Ngāti Kahu Trust Board and Kerry Fresh Limited and set up a mortgage company, Ngāti Kahu Mortgage Services Limited, in 2002. This company bought out the existing mortgage from Westpac and then served a Section 92 notice under the Property Law Act 1952. The debt at that time was around $370,000. At the time, the land was leased to Kerry Fresh Limited. Kerry Fresh Limited and Ngāti Kahu Trust Board offered a settlement to Westpac of $370,000, but unfortunately within a matter of 24 hours had done a deal with Te Runanga Iwi or Ngāti Kahu. The lease of the Taipa farm has since been bought out by Turners and Groves, which still operates as a citrus orchard on the property. All lease monies received by Ngāti Kahu Mortgage Services Limited should have been used to pay off the original debt. Professor Mutu now claims that the subsidiary company, Ngāti Kahu Mortgage Services Limited, is owed $1 million. In response to paragraph 64, we agree that Patukōraha and Te Paatu and mana whenua at Mangatete, but we say that Ngāi Takatoa clearly has shared or overlapping interest into this area. In responses to paragraphs 63 and 74, we say that the Puheke block was clearly transacted by the chiefs of the people of the tribe Te Rārua on the 7th of September 1859. We attach Mark D, a copy of the deed from Turton's deeds for the tribunal's assistance. Our Te Paatu ancestor, Hare Mātinga, is clearly shown on the deed as party to the transaction. In response to paragraph 69, we say that the minister's visit was a courtesy visit to Sir Graham and had nothing directly to do with the Ngāti Kahu Remedies application. The primary issue Sir Graham wished to raise with the minister, and did in fact raise with him, concerned the Maori Council's water claim. In response to paragraph 71, we deny Te Paatu Marae have mandated the Runanga on several occasions in the past. This has simply not occurred. With respect to the comments about Te Paatu Marae collecting its annual grant from the Runanga, we state clearly that this is an annual grant. This annual grant is Treaty of Waitangi Fisheries money, and received by the rūnanga on behalf of beneficiaries. Furthermore, each marae is equally entitled to approximately $25,000 per annum from this money, but instead, including Pāmpuria marae, are only receiving approximately $10,000 per annum. In response to paragraph 75, we maintain that Sir Graham speaks for his tūpuna and is supported by several other Te Paatu claims as he supports them also. The letter to the Minister attached mark B to our brief of evidence demonstrates this point.
Tēnā koe, Ms. Latimer. Wonder if there are any questions. My witness is available for cross-examination.
Yes. Mr. Williams, no. Let's check with the interested parties. Mr. Powell.